And then we're going to copy it. We're going to copy it into LinkedIn. We're going to copy it onto YouTube, and we're going to copy it onto the business page. So we're going to be able to do all the things, because Abigail, I am so excited to go live with you. I am so excited to be here to talk about Venus, to talk about your stars, to talk about the goddess, to talk about all the things magical. Can't even believe how excited I am.
You're getting me excited.
Good. Yay. We want to be excited because you're awesome. Like, first of all, like, okay, I kind of tackled you online, didn't I? Like, I think you commented on one thing and I'm like, must meet her, must get her on a call, must do something. Wasn't it kind of like that?
It wasn't a tackle. It was, I loved it. You just like, I want to meet her, and you initiated it. And I love that. I really love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun, so fun. Because I mean, okay, first of all, you are just in our lane, right? With Moon Goddess Academy and publishing, and you're an international bestselling author and a publisher, and you're a spiritual guide and mentor. You are in our lane, and we are so excited to know how you help women embody and express their divine essence, and you help them live purposeful lives. Like, so delicious, absolutely so delicious to be here with you.
Oh, likewise. Likewise. I love your energy. It is so delicious.
So we're here. So truth, we're going to do a little truth tell be here behind the scenes. So we had two yummy conversations, and we were just a tiny bit naughty because we really didn't come up with an outline at all. We were like, we're going to go with the flow. We're going to do all the things, and it's just going to happen magically. And yes, ma'am, that's why we're here. We're going to do that. Yeah, because, and no lie. So when I looked at your stars, because I hadn't, right? Like, so I looked at your stars, I started laughing because we know, we knew we are going to talk about Venus. We knew we are going to talk about the goddess, of course, right? But when I looked, you're going through your Venus return right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's like, no joke. This is why we were like Venus all day.
Right.
So how are you feeling that return this year? How does it feel? Because she's retrograde this year. She's not yes. Typically when she goes through your return.
Exactly. It always makes me laugh because I know a couple of months ago, maybe it was like 3 months ago. So I walk with a team of goddesses, and Goddess Isis, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. I call them the goddess of the rose. And they're all of them, and I walk with them. And they came in and they said, Goddess Isis was up front, leading, and she said, it's time for a makeover. And I was like, oh, makeover. What are you going to change the way I dress? Like, what are we doing? And she's like, we got it. You don't have to worry about it. And this, let's just say, it's been a death and rebirth. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. I was like, when you said, but then I shouldn't be surprised because we're talking about Goddess Isis here.
Right.
When she steps in, it's a major transformation. It is Absolutely. About death and rebirth. Yeah. But I was like, well, it's goddess energy, makeover. Are we talking about jewelry, clothes, like hair? What are we doing? Makeup? Yeah. And so it's been, it was a death and a rebirth. Like who I am right now is not who I was when they first came through. So they're still working on me right now. This new self that has emerged, and I'm still getting to know, to be honest.
Which is amazing, right? Because when I looked at the timing, I'm like, it's now. Like literally, like right now. And maybe when we talked a month or so ago, we knew it, but didn't know it.
Exactly.
So I love that. Yeah, because, and for you, Venus is front and center because Venus is at midnight at noon in your chart. So Venus is with Mars. So of course, when Isis comes knocking, my friend, she's going to be like, she's not knocking. She's like,
oh yeah. No, they don't knock. No knocking.
Right. Like, we're just going to knock you out, Abigail. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. Right.
Exactly. They're like, we got you. That's all you need to know. We got you.
Which is,
and I trust them.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, which is beautiful. Well, that's the thing. I love that you talked about trust because, when we're talking about Venus and we're talking about, Venus is, of course, she's calm and harmony and beauty, but she's love. And then there's trust and faith and like sometimes she's quaking in your boots when it comes to love. She's money, same thing. And she does like, I love to look at her through the lens of value because she helps us own ourselves. Like she helps us know, like, no matter what's going on in the world, you have incredible unlimited value.
Yeah.
And, that's just the way it is, right? Like, no matter what. And so when I was talking about the upcoming Venus retrograde, which we're in right now,
Yep.
I was telling everybody, hey guys, it's going to be crickets out there. And this is when you're like, when you know something versus when you live something, it's two different things. Because yesterday I was in one of my groups. They asked me to do a spirit animal, teaching. And so we coordinated the date, all the things we announced and everything. No one was on it. Literally, one woman was on for like 10 minutes. No one was on it. And I got off and I was like, crickets. This is crickets, right? And I did. I had to like wait a hot minute. And I just kind of slunk off, I kind of slunk off and I was like, nope, breathing in Venus. This is what it's like. Okay, let's roll and then look at us live. Like we're supposed to be live, technology kind of fritzed. And now here we are, we're talking to each other. There might be someone out there right now. There might not be. And we just know that we're putting that beautiful reverberation of energy out there, like calling anybody who wants to see this, anybody who needs to know about this, anybody who wants to embrace the energy, because we're going to do star dance. We're going to do some ritual. We're going to do some yummy goddess talk, right? But normally when we're here, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on all the things. And this is Venus retrograde.
Yep.
She's like, will you show up even if no one's looking?
Exactly. That's something that I feel like Venus taught me a while ago, probably towards the beginning of my business.
Yeah.
My guys were like, just show up. Pretend that someone is watching, that don't look at the numbers. It does not matter.
Right.
So whoever needs to hear this will receive it, whether right now or 3 days later or a month later. That's all that matters. And that really helped me in terms of my business. Because when I pop in, when I'm doing a live, when I'm doing a post, I don't care in that moment. Because I know that whoever needs to receive it will receive it eventually.
Which I love that. And that is really true, right? Like, so, I mean, and that's, some people could say, well, that's it, just kind of like, giving over or, just kind of like placating or something. It's like, no, I can't tell you, you and I can share, like anytime you're channeling or anytime you're giving a message, half the time I'm always like, why am I saying this? Like, what now, right? And you just ignore that your little mind. You're just like, I'm not going to think about that. I'm just going to say whatever it is. I'm being moved to say this, in my mind. And then I'll just say it. Invariably, somebody comes up and they say, oh my gosh, I so needed to hear that. Thank you so much. That was perfect. And I'm like, yes, always listen.
I have a goddess energy forecast that I do weekly. And I've been doing this for years. But every now and then I get to a point, I'm like, who's even watching? Like, why should I? And so I'll break, like I'll stop for like a week. And I kid you not, like continuously, people will text me, hey, I'm waiting for my forecast. What is going? I'm like, oh, people are watching.
Apparently it matters, right? Like, so same. So monthly, I was doing a written blog.
Yes.
And I've been doing that for years. I mean, years and years and years. And it takes me like 6 to 8 hours because I'm with all the planets and I'm in the weeks and I'm doing the whole thing and giving tips and all the things. And then I started doing the weekly forecast. And so I started doing one here in this group that is about 3 to 5 minutes every Monday.
Yeah.
And then I do that 30-second one for LinkedIn. And I will tell you though, because people can digest it differently, readership did go down a lot. But like you, I thought no one's gonna notice, right? Oh no, there are people that notice. And yet I'm like, guys, like, I don't have the 6 to 8 hours anymore. I'm writing a book, I'm doing a podcast, like we're going to just, have that weekly forecast suffice because it still takes me a half an hour to do those.
Oh,
to just record for 30 seconds. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, totally. It still takes some work, even though we make it look very effortless.
We do. Don't we make it look effortless? And even though we're here and I sent everybody from this group over to LinkedIn, or YouTube. I think I sent from YouTube. Yeah. So good. So good. Hey, life totally happens. And here, Venus, we adore you. We love you and all of your teachings. And we are listening. And I'm going to, can I swim through your stars a little bit?
Please. Go for it.
Okay. So you know a lot about this, right? Like, I mean, because you moon goddess energy, like you know the stars and whatnot. And so when I was looking, I was asking, like, what could I say to Abigail that would be either something that she needed to hear right now, or like some message that maybe she's received before, but hasn't really fully embraced it.
Yes.
And so what came was delicious. It was speak your body, speak your soul, speak your mind. In that order. So speaking your body, speaking your soul, and speaking your mind. Does that resonate at all with you?
The speak in your body, because I know that's the embodiment piece has been, I feel like is been the highlight for all my life, because I've had to, my journey is to really be in the body and experience what it means to be human, like truly embody, like spirit in body fullness.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise that it's part of my mission, which is helping people to bridge human and divine. So I've had to master it. So it's no surprise, especially in this new place that I'm in, the new Abigail that I am. There's no words, other words I can choose for it, that I'm getting to know. It is also getting to know my body too. And one of my mantras lately, like last week, was like, I trust my body, I trust life.
Ooh,
and so even though I'm getting to know, spiritually who I am, I'm also getting to know my body in this new phase of consciousness. It's a different level of embodiment, like truly listening to my body's wisdom, which is the voice has changed. I'm getting to know it all over again. So yeah, it's been a highlight.
I love that. I love that. Because I don't know if you know that the stars can reveal past lives. I can't remember if we talked about that or not, right?
We haven't.
Yeah, but you do realize that you have such gorgeous, like ruling energy, like nobility energy. Do you know that? Like, have you really gone into that? Do you feel that Isis is saying, now is the time, Abigail, for
yes.
you to be? Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm not totally channeling right now.
I'm
trying to be respectful of you, but yes, 100%. Like she's like, I see you.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So when I say, and weirdly, I'm using the word rulership versus leadership. I don't know why I'm using that word, but that's
I do.
That's coming. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go with it.
I do. It's funny because before I got on the call with you, in our neurographic class, where the archetype that we're drawing is the queen, and the queen is one of my archetype, my 12 main archetypes.
100%.
And that's one thing that came through. I was like, oh, the queen. Okay. In my gene keys, if you look at my design, I'm not here to create like intimate communities. I'm here to work with more people, which almost looks like a rulership in a way. But it's not like you're my servant, you do this. It's just it's like that's the capacity of my energy. Like I can blast forth like a whole country or more, the whole world.
No, 100%. And I love the like it's like, instead of divine leader, it's like divine queen, divine noble person. Like there's more of that like role model perspective. There's more of that, like, yes, the invitation is here, but it's reverberated out through the vibrational essence of ... whatever it is, like this speaking, this book, this deck of cards. And yes, the deck of cards. I think I badgered you about that when we were
yes, you did.
Right? Yeah, sorry. But there's energy with that, right? And so as people touch that energy, they're getting the essence of you without you having to lead them, because leadership is like, I have leadership energy. It's like, come with me, come join. Whereas rulership is, here I am. And I don't know, the bestow, and I'm bestowing this imagery or this wording or this gift or this message, and almost like take it or leave it kind of energy. Like, here it is. And then I'm going to move on. Yeah.
It reminds me, so I'm not really into gurus, but like this was like probably like after, no, I was still in grad school. This is a while ago. I had a dream about this woman, And I mean, she popped in. I was like, she's part of my soul family, but who is she? I woke up and then I went on my social media and there she was. She's coming into town. She's known to be a guru, like in the traditions.
Yeah.
Her name is Saima. And I was like, interested. I'm not really, like into this kind of, but she's pulling me in. And then that week, so I registered, no, before I actually registered to go spend a whole day with her, it was like a group thing, she came into my dream for a whole week, like preparing me. And it was such a powerful mentorship. And I was like, I'm going to meet you. Why are you doing this now? She's like, you just wait. And so when I went to the all day, it was like this all day event, there's something that caught me, my mind, like caught me all over. Like when she entered the room, they just opened the door and you're sitting there and she walks in the middle of the room. She doesn't say a word. And the moment she entered that room, it was like lightning. Like you could feel the energy pulsating off of her. And she just kind of looking, and every now and then she would like catch someone's eyes and she just kind of, acknowledge, but it was all energy. And she walked all the way through and then went to where she sits. And then she just kind of sat there quietly a little bit. And then she started teaching. But that interest, oh my gosh, I was like, that is what I'm meant to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is speaking the body, right? Like,
yes,
100%. Because again, the other part of this energy is for you to be much more in the unknowing question and the wondering than the knowing answer, answering. I can't think of another. So yeah. And again, so I mean, the heavens are singing because of the work that you're doing. I mean, obviously, right? And so that's beautiful. And yet when I look at this, I'm like, oh yes, this is really, and there is a shocking kind of electric. You said lightning bolt.
Yeah.
The lightning bolt energy is your energy. Like, I don't know if you work with elements or not, but that is definitely your energy.
Yep. The image that comes to mind is like when a volcano is active and the magma is flowing down and there's lightning right there.
Yep.
Like that's the image of me. Like I've always said, I'm earth, but I have a lot of fire. So my earth is not stagnant, it moves. That's the magma.
Right.
And also all that electrons, everything gathering, it creates the lightning that comes. That's where the energy is coming in. Yeah.
I love that.
I should draw it out.
Yeah, no, this is beautiful. I mean, again, it's here in your stars, and we're talking. We did enter this conversation through Venus, right? And we knew we were going to talk about Venus, and so people out there might be thinking, well, this is fascinating. Abigail's fascinating. Like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And yet, I am going to be like, what's in it for me? Like, why am I here? When you really dance with Venus, you will reveal information for yourself that your mind might not understand, but your heart knows and your body remembers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just luscious, right? So, and here Venus is until September 3rd, going to drive everybody crazy. She's driving everybody nuts, right? Oh, she totally is. I mean, already it's only been 4 days? I have people, literally, my Voxer's blowing up, Abigail. It's like, okay, literally, one client just now. Like, what does she say? She's like, oh, and she called Chiron, because I love my clients, but they're like, great, Chiron. I'm like, no, baby, it's Venus retrograde. It's going to be happening, right? It's going to be happening. It's okay. I mean, we're good.
Chiron is also throwing in a curveball, helping Venus to really kick up those deeper wounds.
Exactly.
It's a bit gnarly if you're, I feel like it's an opportunity for us to heal these wounds and get on with it. Oh, right. It's just been festering for so long. It's like, now I can bring it up. Oh, crap. This is still creating a reality that I'm living in. Okay. How can I bring it, heal it? How can I release it? How can I, let it go? And then we work with our guides, heal it, done, and then we can move forward. So It's such a beautiful opportunity, but it's also intense.
It is intense, but because they're fire signs, right? So, here we have Chiron in Aries, and then we've got, and then she 19 degrees. And then we've got, Venus that was at 28 degrees going to go back to 15. And so they went retrograde on the same day. So, yes, but no, like for her, I was like, yes, but no, right?
Yeah.
Because this past weekend, Pluto's been involved with the whole collective soul destiny. So, this has been like the firecracker week.
Yeah.
And when I talked at the beginning of the year, I was like, this was the week I was really looking at, this last week, it's like this 10, 12-day period.
Yeah.
And if you look, people are like, because I was very tentative last Monday, not the 24th, but the 17th, like, guys, I just want this week to be over. And I don't usually say that. And people cheekily a little bit, and that's fine. I don't mind if people are cheeky, but they cheekily came and said, yeah, but it wasn't so bad. I'm like, oh, look at the middle band of the earth. Look at certain pockets of it. Look at the fact that we are at a tipping point of not being able to go back to the way weather used to be. Like, no, this is definitely a week, but you're right. There's healing here. There's so much healing available, but because it's in Aries, because it's in Leo and fire, it's fiery, it's intense, it's shocking. It's a lot.
It's no BS. It's like, let's get this done.
Yeah, exactly. Because then what does Venus want? Venus wants us to be able to be the light that we were meant to be.
Yeah.
And she wants to connect with other like energies. And so she wants to have the purity that is available to us should we say yes to the opportunity. And that's why I talk about self-worth and I talk about value when I talk about Venus.
Totally. Self-expression.
Yep.
All of it. It's like, who are you? Who are you when you remove all that that has been placed upon you? All the titles, all the, you have to do this, you have to be this. When you remove all of that, do you remember who you are? Do you remember what you really wanted to do? What lit you up? And are you willing to go back there and start to do what lights you up?
Right. Because there is, when I look, because the soul destiny and karma are involved just because of timing. Because as the 18th, they shifted, right? Yep. So here we are. We swept up all that energy this week, and we're like, yay, let's bring this all to the surface. Let's get Pluto involved and like punch your face on it. Boom, 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 right? I can't tell you how many existential crises I've been talking to people about this last 2 weeks, right? Yes. And I'm like, yes, we're leaning in. This is not the time to lean back unless you want to receive a healing or a message, right? This is the time to lean in, and this is the time to say, okay, I don't see the opportunity. My mind doesn't recognize anything. This is not the time for the mind. This is the time for the heart, the soul, and the body.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's why, especially in our society, why it is so hard, because the mind has been put on a pedestal as the king. So being in this energy and here's the thing, it's like the mind is actually happy that it's not on the pedestal anymore. The mind is like, I didn't even belong there to begin with. I want to be in the heart. I want to be working with the heart. I want the heart to lead, and then I can do my job, right? And so the mind is actually happy. But we are so used to, intellect is key. You got to think, reality, what we see is what it is. And now we're dropping into, no, there's so much more.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you're right. The mind is like, I've been trying so hard to hold everything together and I'm not doing it that well. I have to look at statistics on stress and mental health and all the things to know that the mind is ready to let itself relax. It's ready to let itself take that. If you don't like the image of the back seat, that's fine. But this passenger seat is fine too, because your intuition lives in your belly and your heart and your soul and your body. And we know this much. Well, I don't even think we know this much. What do you think? Do you think we know this much?
No, I know it's not that much.
Maybe, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. So here I'm gonna have it ask. Do we want to do a meditation together?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Do you want to start? You want me to start?
You start.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna mute myself. Okay.
And then you can just give me the nod when you want to come in, and we'll just nod. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So we're gonna take a nice, beautiful, deep breath in. We're going to allow these words to have folded and rolled around. If they want to roll around our minds, our mouths, our body, our auras, we're just going to let them have their resonance, have their intentionality, be known, be seen, be felt. And as we do that, we're going to take a nice few deep breaths in. This is an intense time, and that's okay. This is a time that the mind is questioning or not, and that's okay. But this is the time of the heart. This is the time of the soul. This is the time of remembrance. And so with that, we're going to bring that remembering energy forth. We're going to allow ourselves to lean in and beckon and quicken the vibration of our heart, of our soul, of our bellies of creation, of our womb, no matter our gender, of our being. Our spirits are here singing the song that we long to hear. And now is the time for us to open ourselves to the energy and allow the purity of it, the releasing, the cleansing, the healing. Allow the tenuousness of it. It's new. It might be a little bit uncomfortable. It might feel a little fragile. We might want to be a little bit more flexible and nimble. And that's okay. We know that we are safe. We know that we are here on earth, and the earth has us. The earth has our back. The earth has our well-being. The earth has our wellness in her space, in her intention, in her purposefulness. And so let us feel the earth. Let us feel the gathering of the earth. You know, Abigail mentioned a volcano, and I mentioned lightning, but it could be water, it could be air, it could be raindrops, it could be thunder, whatever element that feels really good. We could go into the kingdoms, we could go into the plant kingdom or the animal kingdom or the crystal kingdom, whatever helps you feel tethered right now, because we are at a precipice, we are in a moment. And when we have those still times, when we have those quiet moments, we can either bask in them and open to the messaging and to the energies as we allow them to come in, or we can go into our minds and question and even go into our emotions and fear. And there's no wrong answer. We are human. We are here. But in this moment, let us open up to that knowing that we have, that we are safe, that we are in sanctuary, that we are in that Venusian beautiful energy of knowing our true value, of living in our pure light, and of connecting with our self-worth at the core of us and letting it light up and get breathed out into the world.
I just want to bring through light language to support you in this time. Like that's what wants to come through. So just drop into your heart, stay within your heart, breathe into your heart, and even make it more tangible by placing your hand on your heart. You can place one hand on your heart, one on your womb, or both on your heart. And just breathe into your body. I don't want you to travel anywhere. Just drop into this physical body, this beautiful body of yours, and just open up to receive whatever is in store for you, whatever is here to support you, what energies are here to uplift you, to help you transform, to help you rebirth, to help uplift you. Be open to receiving, using your breath to expand yourself to receive, to make space to receive. Rosa e kiata soro e anaka aro mo e shiti araki akori shiti na soro kuaria shiti nak at oro shiti na saria koea mak at e shori ek e ni asoro mak at et as ori shitia mak aria shitiara
oro shitia takia tak o eatia saya oro eshera akina soro oro shiti oro atina soro aishira mo oro shitaria soro oro shitina nak at erasa nak at oro os etina saya ka noa shitia shura kiataso shura kiataso kiara soro o kore e shitia katira mo o shuk at era katoro miata se te toro wat ati shu shu. Taking a deep breath in here. And release through your nose slowly. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath in. Hold at the top. And exhale through your nose slowly. It is done.
It was beautiful and powerful. Thank you. And I think that's it, right? I mean, there's no words after that, Abigail. So we thank everyone for being here, whether you're here live or on the replay. We're posting to YouTube, we're posting to LinkedIn. Those who are meant to will find this and allow the beautiful grace of our words and the healing of the language of light and the language of the spoken word be available to you. So with that, stop the recording too.